If you go through my channel right now, you will see that I talked a lot about the law of attraction, but I'm also a Muslim. So some people come up to me and then they're just like, law of attraction and Muslim, those things don't go together because of videos like these. So we're gonna watch this video, see what does, I don't know if he's a scholar or a sheikh, but let's just call him Ustad Belal Assad. What does he think about the law of attraction? What does he say? And then I'll tell you what I think the truth about the law of attraction. And then we'll answer the age-old question, is the law of attraction halal or haram? I'm not a scholar. I'm not going to give you fatwa. I'll just be telling you what I believe from my own experience, from my own mindset. Just because, listen. This doesn't mean that, I don't have any say about is the law of attraction haram or not. Like if someone who's an engineer, who knows a lot about engineering, and then they come and talk to you about engineering, you can't just go up to them and be like, no, such and such is haram. Because you are a scholar, you don't know anything about engineering if you're not an engineer. So obviously, if it's not your lane, you're not going to understand exactly what they're going to be talking about. So that's why I feel like it's very important for me to come and talk about such things, because a lot of people, they just talk about the law of attraction from a surface level thing where they hear it from like a girl that talks about astrology, and she's like, opens up candles and just thinks of the law of attraction. She's like, come on, universe, please give me my wish. It's some silly stuff, bro. So that's why it has like bad connotations. So let's just see what Belal Assad talks about.
In Islam, we believe in qadar. Religiously, believing in the law of attraction and manifestation that the universe will give you if you take, positive energy, and the universe will give you back. This is open shirk.
So here's the thing. He's saying this is open. He's saying this is open shirk. So why is it that this is... By the way, I just realized I look so small if I put my arms like this. I'm not that small, by the way. It's just, I don't know. But anyway, so why is this open shirk? The reason why they're saying this is open shirk is because, again, surface level people come up to you and then they're just like, law of attraction, all it is that we think positive thoughts and then the universe is going to give us positive thoughts. Is that really what the law of attraction is? Nah, bro, this is just some silly elementary school astrology girl type level stuff. This is some silly stuff, by the way. This is not the law of attraction. Let's keep going. Hold on, before we even keep going, is that shirk? Yeah, that is shirk. Because what are you doing? You're basically believing, you're like, oh, please, universe, please give me my request. Some stupid stuff, bro.
This is open shirk. If I believe that the universe has power to respond to my thoughts, then what is there a greater shirk than that?
So he's saying, if I believe that the universe responds to my power, responds to my thoughts, then that is shirk. Here's the thing, the only reason we have Muslim people who, by the way, I love Belal Assad, just so you know, Belal Assad. I love this person. May Allah bless him. His personality is amazing. But the only reason why people are believing that this is shirk is because they're not studying the inner world. That's the thing, they're not studying the inner world. So for example, if I just told you right now, right? If I take an object, like my AirPods, right? Even though I always talk about don't use AirPods, even though I'm using AirPods, and then I dropped it like this. Was it me that dropped it? Was it Allah that dropped it? Or was it the universe that dropped it? Do you see what I mean? It's just because you're not studying the inner world, that you have something within you, which is the thoughts. And these thoughts, they actually come out on the outside because you're not studying about that. So you're believing that it's shirk. Everything Allah does, everything. So me taking this and then dropping it, this is the law of density or the law of gravity. The AirPod is more dense than air, so then it just falls through that. So Allah is allowing it to fall through that because Allah put a law, a universal law that says if I drop something, it's going to fall. So it's a universal law. So for example, you understand, by the way, your thoughts are actually electrical. So you can, if you put like a brain scanner, you can start literally measuring your thoughts. So your thoughts are actually electrical things. Most people don't know that. I don't know why they don't know that. But they're literally electrical things. The fact that they're electrical, and then as soon as you think, like for example, think of this, right? If I'm sitting right now, and then I'm thinking of, I'm standing on Burj Khalifa, and I'm overlooking the entire city. My brain, because it was thinking this way, is going to start producing hormones hormones that bring fear into me, that is going to make my blood rush. So many names of those different hormones that are going to start coming into my blood, and you literally feel it. You literally feel it. A better example may be to be like, think of your wife. Just sit down and close your eyes and think of your wife. Obviously, something is going to happen to you. Nitric oxide is going to start increasing within your body, and you're going to have blood flow. Very nice blood flow. What does that tell you? That tells you that your thoughts, they turned into matter. Matter in the form of hormones. You can literally, like, if you study these things, you'll notice, like, it activated such and such hormones, and this hormone, like, resulted in this and that, and as a result, like, your pee-pee went up. Or think of, like, someone that you love so much, and then you'll notice, like, your heart is going to start opening up, your eyes are going to start, like, dilating. Is that the word? Like, the black part is going to start expanding. So it's turning into matter. Does that mean that it's shirk? No! It's things that are happening. Like, Allah has put a universal law that if you do this, you'll get this. How is that shirk? The only reason, again, why people are believing why this is shirk is because they're not studying these things. When you don't understand something, you're going to be like, oh yeah, it's shirk. Because you're not understanding it. Especially if what you're dealing with is something hidden, something unseen, like the thoughts. If I told you right now that my stomach is the one digesting the food, is that shirk? Because I'm not saying Allah is the one that's digesting the food. I'm not seeing the stomach, but the only reason why you don't believe that this is shirk is because you've studied about the stomach. You know that there is something here that's called the stomach that digests the food, even though you've never seen it. You've literally never seen it. Same thing with your thoughts. Food for the body is the same as thoughts for the soul, for the spirits. So when you're eating food, you're changing your whole body. So when you're thinking thoughts, you're changing your whole spirit. This is why ugly people, they have ugly thoughts. Beautiful people, they have beautiful thoughts. Do you see what I mean? This is why I'm like, you can't just come and be like, oh, this and this is shirk. Because like you're not understanding it. That's why you're saying it's shirk. By the way, Bilal Assad, again, beautiful person. I don't believe that he's actually studying the inner side of the human, which I don't blame him. And on the outside, a lot of people, they do make it seem like a shirk. Why is that? I mean, again, I don't blame him because people are like, you see all the books, by the way, The Secret, it's like ask from the universe and then you'll receive from the universe. Words. Prophet Jesus, I think there was a quote that said, words are like bridges. Don't build your house on a bridge. So these are just words that we're using, but it's all Allah that's doing it. Yes, these words, they have a form of shirk. Get rid of those words. Discard them. Allah even says, I am as my servant thinks of me. Which means if the way you think of Allah, Allah is going to respond to you the same way you're thinking of Him. So if you're always thinking Allah is unjust to you, Allah is going to give you an abundance of such scenarios that show that Allah is actually unjust to you. Because Allah is so merciful, Allah is always going to give you what you're thinking of. Let's keep going. Hold on, I just realized I'm on the 30th second and I'm still talking so much, 10 minutes already.
Nothing in creation except that I've made into a God instead of Allah. That's the meaning of shirk. Do you get it? Every atom, every subatomic matter, the sun, the moon, right to the end of the universe, all of it can know the unseen about every person. And who's the only one who knows the unseen? Allah. And the universe has no power to do that. So that is shirk akbar, major shirk. Now a person might say, what if I believe that Allah has created laws of attraction, that Allah is the one that's doing it, and I'm asking Allah, and then He facilitates the laws of attraction for me. Then I say to you, this is not shirk in Allah, but there's another type of shirk called shirk in cause. You make shirk with Allah in cause and effect. You're still putting trust in created things when nobody told you that Allah never told you that. There's nothing in Islam, past or present, in the whole Quran about the law of attraction. What is an omen? It is when someone has a belief of something that is negative or positive.
Listen, so what he's saying right now, right? So here's the thing. You know when sometimes people see a black cat crossing the road? If they see a black cat crossing the road and then they're just going to be like, it crossed the road, so that means something bad is going to start happening to me in my life. When people are going to be thinking such things, you'll notice that such people, they'll actually find something bad happening to them. Is it because of the black cat crossing the road? Is it because of the omen? Or is it because of their belief that such and such is going to happen? It's because of their belief that such and such is going to happen. So Allah, literally, like a hadith Qudsi, I am what my servant thinks of me. Because you're thinking that, oh, like I'm going to have bad things because cat crossed the road, Allah is going to start giving you bad things because you're believing in such bad things. This is the power of belief, by the way. Literally, the power of belief. That's why you'll see even successful people, they all believed that they're going to become successful, and then as a result, they became successful. And Allah's given them their success because of their belief. So, the thing is that, this is why I say most people are doing shirk without them even knowing, because when I see a black cat crossing the road, I start laughing. I'm like, so funny, because people are such closed-minded. They're going to be like, oh, bad things are going to happen to me. But I'm like, no, man, Allah's got my back. Allah, like, because I'm always thinking good of Allah. So as a result, Allah is always going to be putting good into my life. Always. Even the bad things or the things that appear bad on the outside, I'm like, this is all good from Allah. And then as a result, like, because of the way you're thinking about it, it's all going to become good. Because here's the thing, it's like, if I have a glass, right? If I'm always thinking it's half empty, if I'm always thinking of sadness, you'll see this is going to be my personality. Always thinking of sadness, always thinking of anger. So even the way that the world's going to respond to me, like my people, my friends, the things that I deal with, right? They're all going to start giving me feedback that my life is that of anger. My life is that of sadness. But then if I'm always thinking the glass is half full, like thinking in terms of like just positive things, Allah is always going to start showing me things that are positive. So I'm not thinking that these things are the things that have power over me. I don't believe anything has power over me. The only thing that has power over me is Allah. That's all it is. So this is the thing, like the law of attraction, it's a law. The same as the law of density, same as the law of gravity, these things are always going to happen. Same as the law that says that you are what you eat. Like if I'm saying you are what you eat, am I saying this is like, do you think any sheikh is going to come and tell me, no, this is shirk, because it's not the food that's going to make you turn this way, it's Allah? Like it's such silly things, bro. What do you mean? Allah has placed a law that if I eat unhealthy food, it's going to destroy my body. Like it's so silly. And if I think unhealthy thoughts, Allah's going to start giving me more into my life of things that relate to my thoughts that are bad. Do you see what I mean? Let's keep going.
The only belief that we have of who has the power to bring about positive and negative is who? It is Allah. That's why I said to them, your omen is with Allah. Leave your belief of this future, of what's good and bad, with Allah, and you do what you have to do. What does it mean when I'm positive and I see that positive things happen? We say to you, listen, there are two things which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught us. Number one, things can happen to you through two ways. Number one, through laws and things which Allah created in this life that help you, and through the shari'i ways of worship. Example, the shari'i ways of worship is through dua. Who you're asking? You're asking Allah. Salat, who you're praying to? Allah. Through dhikr, who are you making dhikr to? Allah. Quran, whose words are you reading? Allah's. Doing good deeds, who are you doing the good deeds for? Allah. When you connect your family ties, why are you doing it? For Allah. All these are connected between you and Allah. These can bring about a positive change to your life, but by the will of Allah. By the will of Allah. Allah says in Surah Al-Kahf, وَلَا تَقُولَنَّ لِشَيْءٍ إِنِّي فَاعِلٌ ذَلِكَ غَدًا إِلَّا أَن يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ. Do not say that I am about to do such and such a thing tomorrow, except if Allah wills. And another verse, وَمَا تَشَاءُونَ إِلَّا أَن يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ رَبُّ الْعَالَمِينَ. You cannot will for anything unless Allah wills it. Now these Quraysh people, they made the idols as intermediary. So if I come up and I say, Allah created this energy so I can make an intermediary between me and Him, then this is shirk. This is exactly like the people worship idols. As for rational, physical things which Allah created as a means, it's like medicine, medication. Medication is a means. Working is a means.
I don't want you guys, when you're watching this, to start thinking that, oh, then the way I think and the way I feel does not dictate my life. It's only Allah. This is it's so silly to hear, bro. This is almost like saying, it's literally saying the food does not affect me, only Allah. It's so silly, bro. Allah has given you a brain. Allah even says, Iqra, Iqra, like read, Habibi, read the universal laws that Allah has put. So if you're, this is why, like, I feel like we've become just blind followers. We've literally become blind followers. You hear something, like you just want things to be black and white. You're like, is the law of attraction haram? Just the word, law of attraction. I don't care what law of attraction it is. Is it haram? And then you just want someone to come and tell you yes or no. Habibi, just use your mind, bro. Use your mind. What's gotten into you? Again, like if I come up to you and now I'm like, if you, for example, if you're working out like this, you're going to be getting muscle. If I say that, am I putting my belief in the weights? Literally, am I putting my belief and my faith in the weights? And that is going to be counted as shirk? That is shirk. Literally, that is shirk. But like if I'm doing this and I believe that only Allah is gonna cause it, then how is that shirk? So then if I'm looking at my thoughts and I'm cleaning my thoughts, cleaning my feeling, because I believe having these thoughts, Allah is going to bring them into reality. And I believe it's coming from Allah. That is not shirk. That's not shirk, Habibi. Again, the only reason why people are saying the shirk is because he said it, it's like medicine. Medicine, if you're taking medicine, if you're putting all your faith in the medicine, is that shirk? Yes, it's shirk because you're putting your faith in the medicine. But now if I take the medicine and I'm putting all my faith in Allah, how is that shirk? So again, if I'm watching my thoughts and I'm careful of my thoughts and I'm making sure that I only think good, is that shirk? No. How? Like I'm trying to make sure I'm only thinking good because I know that Allah is going to make these thoughts into a reality. Do you need the Quran to come and tell you that if you take medicine, it's going to help you? Do you need the Quran to come and tell you that if you eat bad food is going to come and harm you? You don't need to, these are just simple common sense things. So this falls under them. If you're thinking bad thoughts, are you going to have a bad life? Yes, Habibi. Yes. Go look at the outside. Go to the ghetto. Literally, go to the ghetto. Talk to just a few people. Just a few people. See how they talk. They're all complainers. Literally, you won't see a single one of them who has a good personality, and hence that's why they're in the ghetto. They're all complainers. They're all just so negative. Why? I don't know. But as a result, that's why they're ending up in such places. Go and talk to rich people. Rich people. A rich person has a certain aura. It doesn't matter what industry they're in. They're always very confident. They're always like they're fast. They work with speed. They know that I'm the one. If I don't do anything, I'm not going to receive anything. That's how they believe. Poor people, they're always like, no, you don't need to do anything. Just wait for Allah to come and do it for you. When you're making dua, just wait for the angel to come down. They don't say that literally, but that's what they mean, which is so silly. What I'm telling you right now, make dua. Make dua. Make dua, and then know that Allah's going to give you inspiration, and then go and do things in the world, and then you'll receive it. So it's so silly. But then the other thing, actually I forgot. Let's just keep going.
Knowledge of mechanics and processes, scientific methods, these are all means. This is not like saying some energy or supernatural thing is helping you. Some people, they say, what about optimism? If I'm optimistic, good things can happen. The Prophet ﷺ, they use the hadith, they say, the Prophet ﷺ said, تَفَاءَلُوا بِالْخَيْرِ تَجِدُوا. Be optimistic and you will find it. The answer to that is number one, this is not a hadith. It is not from the Prophet ﷺ or any companion. We don't know where this came from. Someone in the past said, if you're optimistic, you will find what you're optimistic about. Some person said it. I don't know where the idea came from. But being optimistic is a good thing in Islam. Being pessimistic is not a good thing. Pessimism is like bad omens. And being optimistic, however, is just a natural mindset. It's not attached to the universe and to energy outside of you and frequencies and vibrations and thoughts.
So again, most people are, when they hear those words, frequency, vibration, energies, all this stuff, when they hear just those words, automatically they associate it with the hippies. They associate it with the people that believe that the universe is the one that has the power. So ask from the universe. And then they're like, you'll see them, they have like certain statues and then candles and just some stupid stuff, bro. Stupid stuff. I'm telling you, don't go on both extremes. Don't go on this extreme where you're like, oh, only Allah is going to do it for me. Oh, only Allah is going to do it for me. And then this other extreme where you're like, nah, this stuff, energy doesn't exist. Frequency doesn't exist. Vibration doesn't. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? Again, the way you feel is your vibration. That's why we say, like, that person's vibe is a bit off. Why is it off? You judge someone's vibe without even talking to them. You do that most of the time. And how do you know their vibe? It's because you know it's like the way they think, the way they feel, it comes out on the outside. It literally comes out on the outside. Just, you know what, just literally go and try it. Just go and try it and then look at the people, see the people. You'll notice that anyone that has bad thoughts, bad feelings, they're always fearful, they're always jealous, they're always angry. You don't want to talk to such people. And this is why you'll see Muslim people who are neglecting the inner world. They're neglecting the inner world. Their personalities are horrible. And then they talk like they act Muslim and they have horrible personalities. Muhammad ﷺ even told you, like, fix your character. And if you're trying to fix something, go down to the roots. Don't just try to fix stuff on the outside. Fixing stuff on the outside does not work. So go down, like if you're sick right now and I've given you medicine, I'm treating the symptom. Will the sickness go away immediately, completely? No, because like my hair, right? My hair is falling. If I bring something right now and then I fix just the hair falling, is it going to fix my hair falling completely? No, you got to fix the roots, which I need to fix the roots actually. I need to fix the roots of my hair falling and stuff like that. But you got to fix the roots. When you fix the roots, the outside is going to be fixed up. So with this whole, to fix your character, what do you fix? Do you fix just the character itself? No, you go down to the roots. This is why you do dhikr, by the way. Dhikr cleans you. The more you do dhikr, the more you're cleaning the heart. And the heart is the one that sets out the vibration. It's the one that dictates the vibration. It's the one that dictates the way you feel. And so the way you feel, it's within the heart. So if you're fixing that constantly through dhikr, you'll notice that even your personality is going to start becoming beautiful. You'll find the most people that do dhikr the most, their personalities are beautiful. And what's wrong with studying how does that work? Why does that work? It's the same as studying how does medicine work? It's the same as studying how does building muscle work? It's the same as studying how does eating such food affects you? How does that work? It's all just beautiful science that Allah has given us, beautiful knowledge that Allah has given us. So how does you thinking thoughts work? How does that work? And you'll see this is what my whole channel is actually becoming about, just because this is such a beautiful science. And the only reason why people are calling it shirk right now is because they're not studying it. They're only seeing what's the mainstream, and the mainstream is just the hippies. That's the mainstream. Literally, bro. Let's actually see. May Allah bless Sheikh Bilal. Law of Attraction. Let's see what's around here. So this one, you'll watch this video. Once you visualize correctly, the shift happens. Wait, this guy's doing... Yeah, you'll watch this video, and then you'll just be like, yeah, he's saying... Or this one, money affirmations to attract wealth. You'll see this, and then you'll just be like... And it's so funny because I've watched this video. You'll be like, nah, this is shirk because it's not the affirmations that work. It's Allah. Again, bro. Is it the food that's making you fat? Or is it Allah? These are laws, Habibi, laws. Let's see this one. Bob Proctor, talking about the law of attraction. Most people, Bob Proctor is actually pretty good. May Allah bless him. Videos like these, when they come, Clark Kegley, good guy. Let's see, when he talks about, for example, things like these, right? Breathing techniques to release DMT. They're believing DMT is the one that has the power. How to activate your pineal gland, your gland right here. When people see that, they're like, oh, this guy is saying that the pineal gland is the one that has all the power. You just have to activate it and then you'll get whatever you want. This is the conclusion that you'll reach when you don't watch the video. When you just look at things at surface level. This one, Ultimate Guide to Chakras. People are going to see that, they're going to be like, oh, chakras extremely haram. Because you don't believe we don't believe that chakras are the thing that does the thing. There's only Allah. Again, these are all the spiritual things that Allah has put within you. The more you study about them, the more you're just like, wow, this is such beautiful knowledge that Allah has put. This one, your vibration is wrong. Or this one, crystals. People are going to see that, then they're going to be like, oh, this is all haram because we don't believe in crystals. We believe that only Allah does things. Do you see what I mean? Habibi? So again, it's only Allah that does the things. But how does Allah allow those things to happen? Is through the things. Through the things. Again, like when you're eating food, how are you getting fat? It's because of the food that you're eating. So Allah has put power in the food, that the more calories it is, and then you consume it, the more that you'll become fat. That's just it, bro. So then believing, just immediately saying it's shirk, it's so silly. It's so silly. So I'm hoping this was helpful. I'm hoping this actually clears up a lot of the things. Again, when you're going into this, you know what I say usually? You know what I say? By the way, I'm actually in a new house. I keep getting the urge to do push-ups. What I say usually is everybody is doing shirk. How is everybody doing shirk? Because everybody is putting their attention on things other than Allah. So for example, if right now I'm struggling, I'm getting scared to pay the bills, or I'm scared of poverty, I'm literally doing shirk. Why? Because I'm putting my attention on something other than Allah, and then I'm thinking that thing has the power. So this is literally a form of shirk, habibi. Literally a form of shirk. So if I'm, for example, if I'm putting all my attention on my wife, and I'm like, I can't live without my wife, I'm literally doing shirk. You understand what I mean? Like, you're in that moment, you're doing shirk. Why? Because you're believing that without such a person, I can't live my life. This is why you'll notice that when you go through the breakup, it'll be so hard for you to move on. But it's literally Allah's way of showing you, listen, my beautiful servants, you've put your attention so much on other things other than me, so I'm going to have to remove those things just so you can put your attention back to me. And then you'll notice that as soon as you put your attention back to me, you'll get back all the power. You'll literally get back all the power. If I'm putting all my attention right now, I'm like, my job is the only thing that can give me rizq, that can help me pay my bills, that can help me make more money. If I'm putting all my attention on my job, and I'm believing that my job is the thing that can do all these things for me, I'm doing shirk. And this is why you'll notice that people are going to start they're going to start experiencing bad things in their life because they're putting their attention on something other than Allah. So this is, by the way, your thoughts. When you put them on things other than Allah, you'll notice that you'll start to get a bad life. Why? Because your vibration is going to get low. And when your vibration is low, the only reason why it's getting low is because you're putting your attention on things that are limited. This is how shirk works. You're putting your attention on things that are limited, and you will be getting a bad life. That's why Allah says, shirk is the biggest sin. Why is it the biggest sin? Because as soon as you do it, your life is going to start falling apart. And then the moment that you put your attention back on Allah, that's how everything gets fixed up. For those of you that are going to be saying, what about the prophets? Prophets went through a bad life. So why did they go through a bad life? Were they doing shirk? Here's what happened. You'll notice that every single prophet, look at Prophet Ayub, beautiful example. His family got destroyed. His health got destroyed. The moment he put his attention back on Allah, and you'll see the ayat, the moment he started making dua for Allah, like putting all his attention on Allah, the thing got healed. His whole life got healed. Look at Prophet Yunus alayhi salam. He got eaten by a fish. The moment he put his attention back on Allah with the famous dua, La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu min al-zalimin. So he admitted his faults. Like prophets, like just because they're called prophets doesn't mean that they don't do any faults. Allah's making them go through a fault through the will of Allah, just so that you as a human can learn. You as a person can learn. You as someone who's a Muslim can learn that, wow. So when they take their attention off of Allah, they go through a bad life. When they put their attention back to Allah, Allah fixes up their life immediately. So Prophet Yunus, the moment he put his attention back to Allah, through the dua, Allah saved him. They're going through these problems because Allah wants to show you, my beautiful servant, I've given you all these signs. I've given you so many signs. Look at this, such and such, this prophet. He went through this and this and this. How did I fix it? He made dua. He put all his attention back on me and I fixed it. Now, most of you, when you're making your dua, you're making dua. You're saying, please, please, please. But again, what are you doing? You're putting your attention back on Allah. Because you're thinking that if you just click certain buttons, like if I say please, 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 or if I say a certain dua, that Allah's going to do it. Even though you're still putting your attention on the things. Allah, please, please, please give me money. And then you're putting your attention all on the money. When in reality, what you do is that you put your attention back to Allah. Forget the money, habibi. Put your attention back to Allah and then say, Ya Allah, like, give me the strength, give me the personality, give me the means to become such and such person that can handle such amount of money. And then Allah's going to give you the money because now you're putting your attention back to Allah. And by the way, you putting your attention back to Allah automatically is going to make your nafs get expanded. And Allah says that لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. So most of you guys, when you're thinking bad thoughts and bad feelings and you're putting your attention on the matter, when you're putting your attention on things of the dunya, what you're doing is that you're expanding your nafs to achieve more of things of the dunya. And things of the dunya, naturally they're low. All of them are low. Even when you look at matter, scientifically, it has low vibration. So then what happens is that now you're going to start receiving a bad life, a limited life. So, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Your nafs, it can only handle low vibration things. So Allah's going to give you more things that are of low vibration. Horrible life, guilty life, jealous life, such and such stuff. But now if you're always putting your attention back to Allah, you dissociate from the world. You put your attention only on Allah. And how do you do that? Like you sitting down and just thinking only of Allah, doing only dhikr. Dhikr is just remembering Allah. Moment to moment, you're only thinking of Allah. You walk through the world, you're only thinking of Allah. And this takes practice, by the way, but it's so easy, it's so simple, because the mercy of Allah is always here. When you start doing that, naturally, your vibration is going to be high. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Your nafs is going to be able to handle high vibration things. So when you're able to handle high vibration things, this is how you'll see, like you'll start to receive more wealth, you'll start to receive more barakah, you'll start to receive more things that are similar to high vibration things. You understand what I mean? You'll notice, by the way, rich people, most rich people, the ones that are actually satisfied, they actually have high vibration. Because rich people, don't be thinking that, oh, rich people are greedy, rich people are... This is just your own thoughts, bro. This is your relationship with the money. That's your relationship with the money. So as a result, this is your ability to, I don't know how to say this. This is your ability to handle the money. This is how wide your ability is, which is, now having such money is like, it'll make me greedy, it'll cause problems. So as a result, this is the life that you're going to be living in. This is what Allah is going to be putting you in. Because you're feeling this way, because you're thinking this way. But now again, when you put your attention back to Allah, again, so when you're making dua, just like put all of your attention, all of your energy only on Allah. And that's when you'll notice, like, wow, this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. And it works so fast because it's Allah. It's literally Allah. So this is why I'm saying, study the inner world, man. Study the inner world. It's not just buttons that you do and then you say certain words and then they happen. It's not the words, by the way. It's not the words. The words are only a bridge to reach a feeling, a certain vibration, a certain emotion. And then when you reach that emotion, that's it. That's all you need. So can you reach the emotion without the words? Of course. Of course, Habibi. That's why just putting your attention back to Allah is going to help you with that. But the Quran is so beautiful. And the reason why it's so powerful, because all of the words within the Quran, they're all just bridges to help you, literally like to help you walk the straight path. That's all it is. It's just a way to walk the straight path directly to Allah. And it's so beautiful. So beautiful. But nowadays we have people who think like just recite this many times, do this many times, and as a result you'll see a result, when in reality that's not how things work. That's not how things work, Habib. So I'm hoping that this was helpful. I'm hoping you understand. Like, don't just be closed-minded, bro. Please, don't be closed-minded. I even saw this girl, some girl, I forgot her name. One of my friends actually did a whole reaction video on her, and he was saying, nah, this is all shirk, and he tried to explain it scientifically, when in reality, like, that's not what the woman was talking about. I'm hoping this was helpful. It was, man. By the way, even the whole 369 method thing is so stupid, because you're thinking that, oh, if I do this number of times, if I do this number of times, it's going to work, but it's not the number of times. It's the way you're feeling. It's where you're putting your attention. If you're putting your attention on a certain method, it's not going to work. But then if you put your attention only on Allah, that's when you'll notice that things are going to work. So I'm hoping this was helpful. If it was, man, just let me know, eh?